Welcome to our Cartney video titled, How Can I Get a Job Working on a Tour or at a Concert? Our guest today is Nikki Sands.
Hi, my name is Nikki Sands. Thank you, Vinny, so much for having me on today. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I've lived here in Nashville for about 5 years now. Moved here to start meeting people to get into the music industry. I knew you had to be in a Music City hub to start getting on the road, working in music. So I started working at all the venues in town. I worked for Live Nation and eventually made enough connections to get on my first tour in 2018. And I was on the road with Eric Church, George Strait, Weezer, a few other artists. And I also staffed tours. And last year when I was staffing, I really saw, oh my gosh, we need a centralized hub for the best touring professionals and companies to be able to post these jobs, these word of mouth jobs that are so impossible to get unless you know the right person at the right time. And so that's when I started my company Gigs.
Great. We'll talk more about your company in just a bit. Right now, I'd like to ask you, what are some of the jobs that a tour employs, especially the ones that many people don't even know exist?
Some of the jobs, so I'll take a zoom out look. The artist manager is the one who starts hiring the skeleton crew. So the very first people. So the tour manager, production manager, stage manager, that's when you get the head rigger, the front of house guy who's mixing the audio. You got some backline techs, guitar, drum tech. And then from there, the tour manager and production manager really hire everyone. And this is from the tour manager's assistant, production coordinator, dressing room person, the catering department. You got video, audio, lighting, carpentry, the people who put the stage together. You got, let me think, the riggers who hang the motors from the top, bus driver, truck driver, pyrotechnics. You got a masseuse, wardrobe. There are so many, you got VIP. You have so many people that make a show come together that no one sees and no one even knows about. And then when you go into a city, you have the locals. So each venue and tour needs to hire, what the tour I was on, we had about 6 production runners every day. So those people are locals that know the city well, that can go run errands for us or go, fix an in-ear, a microphone for us, knows the right place to do that. You have the VIP production coordinators. So you have anyone local come and facilitate a VIP experience. I just worked the Beyonce VIP show here, so we had about 30 people working that. So it really can be hundreds of people working one concert.
That's pretty amazing. And since a lot of different people are doing the hiring, I imagine it's probably pretty difficult to know who to contact and how to reach them. Is there a demand for tour workers right now?
The demand has never been higher for tour workers. And the reason being, COVID obviously was such a sad time for the world, especially for live events. We were just waiting for the doors to open back up where we could go back out. And thankfully we're back and it's bigger than ever. We have a market, the live events and promotion market size right now is $65 billion this year. But we lost a lot of qualified touring veterans in the pandemic. A lot of people left for different jobs, I left because I realized I didn't really want to be touring anymore. I wanted to be stable. So right now, everyone is touring. Artists need to make money. Artists need to go out and actually make some money. And so everyone is out. So actually, the touring professional is in high demand right now. And like you said, it's artist managers hiring, but then you also have the tour manager hiring, production manager. You have the catering department hiring under them, audio, video, lighting. And oftentimes, the VIP coordinator in every city has to hire, a couple to 30 people in every single city. So the touring professional needs to find that next gig, but they're also constantly trying to find people to help them locally or to fill in or, it's just a constant revolving door.
Do all of these jobs require previous experience, or are there opportunities for people who have never worked on a tour or worked at a concert before?
Touring is getting a lot more technical and a lot more difficult with the technology. I mean, it's crazy. I was a part of a tour that had, the Spidey can that they have at NFL games. We had 2 of those in an arena. Takes a lot of skill to be able to operate those. So in the higher up jobs and the production managers who have the brains to pack 50 trucks worth of a stadium tour, those are very specialized skills. But oftentimes the first job, and my job, the first one you kind of realize, see what touring is like, get your tour legs on, is through hospitality, in dressing rooms, in catering, and in merch. And that's really basically the hardest jobs where you are first one in, last one out. Just so much physical labor. And it really shows the tour, all right, do they like this life? Can they handle this? And then you slowly learn the ropes and move up.
Once you get on a tour, can you move up the ladder pretty easily?
Yes. And that's the beauty. There are not many jobs where you live with your coworkers. So you're on a bus with 11 other people, and you might be on a bus, you are the catering bus or you are the lighting bus. But oftentimes tour managers arrange it so that people from all, you have one person in lighting, one person in rigging, one person in video, all on one bus. So all the different departments can really get to know each other. And I love that, So easily in catering, in after show, you are absolutely able to mingle. And I was really interested in video when I was doing dressing rooms. So I was able to kind of, in my very little spare time, able to go and see what they were doing, how they set up a camera, how they run camera, what kind of shots they're looking for, how they direct. So it's just training grounds. Once you're out there, you can really explore what fascinates you the most. And if I wanted to move from dressing room to video, which I was then hired to work Bonnaroo at a festival doing video to see if that was the route for me. It was not. It was not. But I got the opportunity to explore that.
So how do the tour managers, caterers, and other people find the people that they need for these tours right now?
It's really through text messaging and group chats, and there are some Facebook groups. It's the craziest word of mouth industry. I mean, every job I've ever gotten was because I met the right person at the right time, or someone texted me because my name got brought up and was referred. There is really no place online to post these word of mouth jobs. One that's been around for a couple decades is called BobNet, and really it's just a job board. My idea is for gigs to be just a higher level, so you really get some vetted quality people. BobNet really hasn't been working for people for years. So my answer to that is we need a place, because it's crazy to be posting these gigs on Instagram and Facebook and Discord and these little channels to find quality people. It's just extremely inefficient.
Cool. So let's talk about your platform, Gigs.live, because what you've launched might very well be the solution to all these hiring challenges.
At the solution, I hope. I'm trying to get as much feedback from people in this industry. I know what I would like for it to be, but I'm hosting focus groups and so many different discussions with people of on every category of this industry to understand how can gigs best help the touring industry. So not only being the job board and a place to safely post, if someone needs to post Taylor Swift's dressing room manager, you can't post that on LinkedIn or Indeed or really anywhere online, because we see what the Swifties do to our country and they take over. You can't really get a Swiftie applying to that. You need someone who's qualified and knows what that role entails. So where to post that job would be Gigs. It's a closed community. Everyone that applies to have membership and have access to all these jobs is vetted to make sure that they're legit, they're a real person, and they actually have experience and know what the music industry is like. Once you have access and you're a member of Gigs, you have a public profile. So it's just like LinkedIn. If you type in my name, you're going to see my Gigs profile pop up and really see all of my experience. And that's catered to music. So you can endorse me for things like production assistant or, good bus hang, trustworthy. positive attitude, things that really do matter in this industry that something like LinkedIn, it wouldn't matter as much. You have your availability calendar. You have mutual connections. We have different word of mouth features that just hopefully bring our industry together, and we will provide resources. We will have our job board that's very, very specific to us, because we can't go anywhere online and find, head rigger. You're not going to find a job online like that. So hoping to provide the very niche touring industry a safe place to post jobs and find jobs so easily, like never before. You can go to giggs.live, and that is, you can register, sign up, and do our application process, and then create your profile, set it up. So GIGGS, gigs.
I can see being able to vet professionals, but how do you vet people who are just looking for their first job?
Absolutely. And that's a huge, huge part for me. It's so hard to get that first job. And there's no direction. There's no single path to get that first job on the road. So to vet, really what we're looking for is a passion to work in the music industry, a passion that, maybe they majored in music business. Maybe they majored in audio engineering. They're looking to get into production or lighting. People that are looking to just change. There is a way. We have a small committee that is going to be vetting people. It's based on, if they have no experience, what has their experience been, and what are they looking to do, and who are their references. That's what we're looking for.
I know a lot of people get their first tour experience by volunteering. Will you have a way for people to volunteer on your site?
That is a genius idea. Yes, we are actually going to be having an internship portal, so you can always start with internships. But volunteering, yes, thank you for this beautiful idea. We'll get that in there.
Do you have to be in college and getting credits to be an intern?
No, absolutely not. When I first moved to Nashville, I was looking for any internship, and I was out of college. I was just looking to work for free, doing anything, just to get the experience. So no, it doesn't need to count for college. It can just be, I had an internship working a show at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. And it was just a shadowing experience, or doing, running camera at Ascend. No, so it wouldn't need to count towards college credits.
If someone has never worked on a tour or at a concert before, are there certain skills or traits that they can put on their resume to help them break through?
Okay, that is a great question. Something I would have put as a recent college grad with no experience is I have a passion to work in music. I will do anything to understand and just learn from people and professionals who work in this industry. How can I work in live events? How can I be around this? I will do anything that you need. Please give me the chance. It's probably what I would put on my resume.
What should people know about working on a tour that most people don't know or ever even think about?
Ooh. It is one of the best experiences that you'll ever have, but it is not a party. It is really, really hard work. You are up before 6 a.m. You are loading in. It's very long days, lots of walking. I mean, most days I would have 20 to 30,000 steps. It is high stress, high pace. I thrived in those kind of environments, so I really enjoyed it. The best part is actually getting to enjoy the show, getting to be around live music. But man, it is not a walk in the park. It is not just something fun to do. It is a career. It is difficult, and you get some really incredible experiences and get to travel the world. But it is not just something fun to do. It's a commitment. It's difficult.
Do you actually get time off to see the world?
Depends. So country music follows the weekend warrior. So we're going to bus out of Nashville on a Wednesday or Thursday night, arrive to your first show city Thursday or Friday morning. You have your show, then you go to the next city, then the next city, and then you're home back in Nashville on Sunday. So often you really just see the insides of arenas or amphitheaters or stadiums. You're not really having much time to explore with country. Although, if you're up in Canada, you might spend a whole month in Canada getting to go or the West Coast, with regular touring, really every other genre. You're gone for months at a time, and you have, maybe 2 or 3 shows, a day off, day or two off, a few more shows, day or two off. So that's where you can really start to see the world. You can really start to see different cities in this country. You can, if you go on a Europe, Asia, South America tour, that's when you really get to enjoy. But you have to either pick sleep or exploring, and that's a really hard decision to make.
Do you think it would be valuable for an aspiring artist to work on a tour just to understand what they'd be in for when they tour themselves?
Wow. This is such a great question. I think it would only benefit, any leader could only benefit by really understanding what an employee's day-to-day life is like. So if the artist who is employing all of these people that work for them know the grind of waking up at 5 a.m. and not finishing loadout until maybe 3 a.m., getting an hour of sleep on the bus, hour or two sleep, doing it again, and just, feeling the soreness, feeling the pain of that day. If anything, that just would make them a better leader, I think, just to fully understand what their employees are doing for them and how much it's, taking for them to help put on a show. I think that's a great question. Just swap roles for one show. See what happens.
Okay, one last time, tell them the website they need to go to.
The company is called Gigs. You go to www.gigs.live, Live, and register and apply to be a Gigs member today.
That concludes our video titled, How Can I Get a Job Working on a Tour or at a Concert? With Nikki Sands, the founder of Gigs.live.